Well, happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is Schellie Fanfan. I'm your emotional intelligence expert, and I am bringing to you your Wednesday wellness tip. And that is change the conversation. Everybody is talking about this pandemic, and I think that that's okay. Again, we just have to make sure that we are not consuming ourselves with all of the challenging topics, consuming ourselves of all of the obvious, and not necessarily giving ourselves the opportunity to live and grow through this. So this is what you're going to do when people are calling, when people are speaking, and they are talking about this pandemic. Be intentional about changing the conversation. How are you? How's the family? What have you accomplished in the past 2 weeks? What projects do you want to complete by the end of this quarter? What are your quarterly goals from April to June? Just change the conversation. Sometimes we get so focused in our now, we forget that there is a next. There is an other side to this, and we need you to be present and strong in that next. So focus on what that looks like for you. Converse about it. Get yourself in positions where you are intentionally focusing on what that looks like. What is it going to look like when that garage is all organized? What is it going to look like when that outline for your book is complete? What is it going to look like when Easter comes and we have gotten through this and we are restoring ourselves as a world? What does the next look like? It kind of reminds me of 9/11. 9/11 was a very challenging time, especially for those of us who were actually living in New York at that time or other areas that were affected. Me personally, I was living in New York and it was very, very tough, but there was so much beauty on the other side. There was a unity like no other. Acts of humanity, kindness, love that were just breathtaking. I can't even find the words to describe it. There were amazing things that came out of a really, really horrible situation. And that is a choice. So just make sure that while so much is going on in the now, that you're changing the conversation and motivating people to focus on the next, to focus on greater, to focus on accomplishment, to focus on laughter, to focus on bonding. And you can do that. So when people bring that topic to you, change the conversation. We all need to change the conversation so we are not consumed by the negative, but we continue to thrive over it, survive the storm, and most importantly, learn how to smile in the storm. And that is your Wednesday wellness tip.